Hello everyone, this is Dharam and I welcome you all to Aspirants Portal. So in yesterday's class, we have started from the origin of the Indian polity, that is the historical background of the Indian polity. Along with that, we have also read about the Regulating Act in 1773. Let's move forward for the other acts. The next act which came is in the year 1781, which is called as Amending Act. What does this act consist of? So the first provision in this act was, see, a general governor of Bengal, and along with that, a council has been made. And in the year 1773, a Supreme Court has been established. So this Supreme Court has exempted the Governor General and the councils from their official actions. Along with that, the servants of the companies were also exempted from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. So the first provision will be exemption from Supreme Court jurisdiction. Who were the persons who got exemption? They were Governor General of Bengal, council members, and the servants of company. Um, Servants of companies. These were the persons who were exempted from the Supreme Court's jurisdiction. Along with the Supreme Court also exempted the jurisdiction of the revenue matters related to East India Company. So the second provision will be, this is the first provision, and the second provision will be exemption of revenue matters from Supreme Court jurisdiction. And coming to the third part, see, Supreme Court has been established in the Bengal. So the Supreme Court also told that this provision also told to Supreme Court that all the inhabitants of the Bengal can go directly to the Supreme Court for anything issue related to the law. The one more thing is the Supreme Court, like whenever a case related to Hindu, it will be tried by a Hindu, that is the Pandit. And when a case related to the Muslim, it is tried by the Maulvi. So the third provision will be Supreme Court allowed all the inhabitants of the region. So Hindu will be tried by Pandit, and the Muslims will be tried by Maulvi. Maulvi. These were the three provisions. Coming to the one more provision related to the 1781 Act was, let me erase this. See, there were provincial courts, and whenever the matter related to the courts, there were the provincial courts. These provincial courts were looked over by the judges of the Britishers. Whenever a dispute regarding the provincial courts will arise, it has been gone to the Governor General, Governor General Council. Like if a person is not satisfied with the provincial court's decision, they can go directly to the Governor General Council. These are the fourth provision related to the 1780. Along with this, we are done with the 1781 Act, which is Amending Act. Now let's go for the another Act, which is 1784, which is called Pitt's Act. What does this Pitt's Act contain? See, in 1773, a court of directors have been made. This court of directors used to look over the matters of revenue, civil, and military purposes. But in 1784, this has been divided. Like initially, we had court of directors. But in Pitt's India Act, a board of controllers has has been made board of controllers. These court of directors used to look over the commercial matters, and this board of controllers used to look over the matters of civil and military. Basically, there was the only single provision in the 1784 Act, that is the division of the powers. This is called as double government. This was the provision in 1780. Let's move further. Another provision, another act was Act of 1786. What were the provisions in the 1786? The first provision was these Governor General has demanded to override the power of the council. See, a council has been made in 1773. They were the 4 members along with the Governor General. So they used to, anything regarding the Indian law and administration used to be decided by this council and the government. But in 1786, this Governor General demanded for the overriding the decisions of the council. That if any decision is made by the council, if Governor General is not agreed, he can override the decisions of the council. So the first was Governor General can override the decisions of council. And the other provision. Let's move on the other provision. See, he demanded for the post of commander-in-chief. They were commander-in-chief who used to look over the military arrangements or military related issues. So, this Governor General has demanded that the person who becomes the Governor General can also be the commander-in-chief. That is, he requested for the post of commander-in-chief. So these were the provisions related to 1786 Act. Now let's move for the another act, which is Charter Act of 1793, which is Charter Act of 1793. So what were the provisions in the 1793 Act? See, the first provision was this. Just now we have read about the post of the commander-in-chief. This commander-in-chief post will be now coming to the next 1783 Act. What were the provisions in the 1783? In 1783, the first provision was like the overriding power which has been provided in the Act of 1786. This has been continued. So overriding powers is continued. And next was the monopoly of the company. This monopoly of the company has been extended for the 20 years. See, when Britishers came in 1680 as a trading company, in 1770 they have become the territorial power, and since then they have become the territorial power. And this is the EIC, Britishers East India Company, is the only Britishers East India Company is the only company which used to deal with all the commercial matters. But during this time, industrial revolution has been took over the Western countries. So when this industrial revolution took over the Western countries, there were the many demands in the Western countries that they also wanted to trade in the India. So requests from those business people in the Europe haven't been considered, but this British East India Company got a monopoly of EIC got monopoly for 20 years. In 20 years, the next provision was coming to the third provision, a commander-in-chief. This commander-in-chief will be the member of council only when nominated. If See, this member of commander in chief will be member of council only when he is nominated. And coming to the last provision in the Act of 1793, this act was the all the servants, all the officials of the British East India Company, their salaries used to pay from the Indian revenue. Salaries of East India Company will be paid from Indian revenue. So for today's class, this will be enough, and the remaining provisions remaining acts will be due tomorrow. So thank you for your patience. Please support us, subscribe, and please share the video. Thank you.